Hello and welcome to BioAce. This is topic 1, cell biology, and the subtopic is prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. This is covered in GCSE Trilogy, GCSE Biology, Higher Tier and Foundation, for both. Let's get started. So the specification requirements for the separate science and combined science criterion is shown below, so you can see how the students need to learn the content of the above, all about eukaryotes and prokaryotes, which will be covered in this lesson. So by the end of this, you should be able to answer all of these. Apart from the bottom bit, this area will be covered in a separate video. Okay, so eukaryotic cells. These cells are typically your typical animal cells and plant cells. These cells have a cell membrane, a cytoplasm, and the genetic material is enclosed within the nucleus. I've also labelled 2 cells below, and you can see the differences between the two, between an animal cell and a plant cell. You can see how the structure is different, but this will be covered further in a later video. Prokaryotic cells. These are typically smaller than eukaryotic cells. They have a cell membrane that is surrounded by a cell wall. The genetic material is not enclosed within a nucleus. Please remember enclosed as it is a scientific term. Genetic material is in a single DNA loop. There may be small rings of DNA, also known as plasmids. If you are asked about the DNA plasmids or asked about the differences, and you decide to list that there's going to be small rings of DNA, and this is a key idea to list in your response, please remember plasmids, because that is what will give you the mark for that. You cannot just say small rings of DNA. You need to specify plasmids to ensure you secure that mark. You might get it if you specify there may be small rings of DNA, but to be safe, you want to include plasmids as well. Okay, so what is the difference between a prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell? Well, I've came up with this exam question. So as you can see, I've listed here. You want to use bullet points in your responses when you're answering an exam question. Typically, this would probably be about a 2-marker, normally asking for 2 differences or 1 difference, depending on how many differences it's asking for. It will be 1 to 2 marks, typically in an exam paper. And it would typically be describe the difference between a prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, or it will be explain, but it's unlikely to be anything else. So, as you can see, a prokaryotic cell does not have DNA enclosed within the nucleus. Instead, it has DNA as a single loop and as plasmids. A eukaryotic cell does not have a cell wall. A prokaryotic cell does, and a prokaryotic cell can have a flagellum for movement. So these are all the key ideas that you need. So I hope this video has helped you know how to differentiate between a prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, as well as the type of cells that may fit into these specific categories. And I hope that you have managed to fulfill these specification requirements for your GCSE biology or trilogy exam, no matter your tier. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video soon.